So today's video is very different than last week's. Smallville seasons all started with a bang, but the finales had to wrap up a season's worth of storylines while creating a cliffhanger to bring people back the next season. So some finales were a lot murkier than others. In some ways, it's easier than last week's video, but in a lot of ways, it's harder. Number 10, Season 7, Lex's lackluster ending. I really hate how they closed out his story. I also don't like that he learned Clark's secret. The episode ending with Clark cowering in Lex's arms while the fortress came down around them was such a disappointment. I think this episode would have been better served as the episode where he kills Lionel and the fallout from that. Number 9, Season 9, Dealing with Zod. As my least favorite season, it was always going to be at the bottom of my rankings, but it did have a couple of saving graces. The kiss between the Blur and Lois, and Clark sacrificing himself so that Zod will be transferred with the rest of the Kryptonians. But other than that, slow and frustrating. Number 8, Season 3. This was so boring, I paused it midway through and started watching something else. The whole "is Kara really Kryptonian" was not enough to hold my attention. So much so that by the time you find out she's not, you really don't care. The cliffhanger wasn't even as good as the other cliffhangers. Number 7, Season 8. Okay, this is here mainly because of how Doomsday looked out of the shadows. It was not pretty at all. But I dug the whole nature versus nurture thing they had going on with Davis. Did Doomsday make him a killer, or was he inherently one? Turns out he's inherently a serial killer. Oh, and then there's the Henry James Olsen thing. Number 6, Season 6. Clark finally tells Lana the truth, and when she tells him he already knows, he neglects to ask her how. When Clark found out that Lionel threatened to kill him if Lana didn't marry Lex, he was ready to tear him a new one, but was stopped by Martian Manhunter. Then they retcons Lionel's motivations to surround trying to find the Wraith. Right. Number 5, Season 2. Poor Clark blows up his ship. His mother has a miscarriage. They treat Clark like a leper because of it, and then they wonder why he ran away. Oh, and Lex must have went straight from the church to his honeymoon because there was hardly any time for his reception. Number 4, Season 1. Tornadoes during the spring formal. The build-up was great. Whitney joins the Marines. Chloe may be moving to Metropolis. Clark and Lana will be left behind. Chloe was worried that Clark would go running after Lana, and he did a good job of reassuring her until the storm hit, because that was the first thing he did. Number 3, Season 5. First, Lex gets Clark's powers, then he becomes a vessel for Zod, with Lana literally in the arms of Lex, who is now evil. The best part of the episode for me was the Clark and Chloe kiss, because anytime he's not pining for Lana is a good thing. There was also that awesome one-handed save where he kept the car from crashing into them. Number 2, Season 4. The second meteor shower in 16 years, and it's headed specifically for Smallville. Jor-El tells Clark it was because he didn't get the stones like he was supposed to, and blood got on one of them. So Clark has to find 2 stones in a couple of hours. And somehow, he does. And number 1, Season 10, the series finale. Okay, this may be here for sentimental reasons, but I think he did a very good job of ending a show that had lasted for 10 years. Plus, they brought back Lex Luthor and gave him a proper ending. There's nothing like seeing Clark fly for the first time in the barn. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. So, those are my rankings for Smallville season finales. How would you rank them? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you know the next time I upload or the next time I go live. Thanks.